I want to share with you the story which is very popular, a story of the prodigal son. And I will read for you a few verses before I can share with you some important points to learn from. It's found in Luke 15, and I will start reading from around number 16. And as the Lord leads, I will stop there where it will. Luke 15:16. He longed to fill his stomach with the pods that the pigs were eating, but no one gave him anything. When he came to his senses, he said, "How many of my father's hired servants have food to spare, and here I am starving to death? I will set out and go back to my father and say to him, Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son. Make me like one of your hired servants." So he got up and went to his father. But while he was still a long way off, his father saw him and was filled with compassion for him. He ran to his son. He threw his arms around him and kissed him. The son said to him, "Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am no longer worthy to be called your son." But the father said to his servants, "Quick, bring the best robe and put it on him. Put a ring on his finger and sandals on his feet. Bring the fattened calf and kill it. Let us have a feast and celebrate. For this son of mine was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." So they began to celebrate. Meanwhile, the older son was in the field. When he came near the house, he heard music and dancing. So he called one of the servants and asked him what was going on. "Your brother has come," he replied, "and your father has killed the fattened calf because he has him back safe and sound." The older brother became angry and refused to go in. So his father went out and pleaded with him. But he answered his father, "Look, all these years I have been slaving for you and never disobeyed your orders. Yet you never gave me even a young goat so I could celebrate with my friends. But when this son of yours who has squandered your property with prostitutes comes home, you kill the fattened calf for him." "My son," the father said, "you are always with me, and everything I have is yours. But we had to celebrate and be glad because this brother of yours was dead and is alive again. He was lost and is found." Beautiful message that we can learn from. First of all, the prodigal son realizes that he was wrong. He makes a move because he was starving and is in his father's house. There's a lot to eat. There's so much more in our father's house. Like God has so much in store, and many times we even fail to ask of him. But how can we be bold to be able to ask of our God to bless us with that something? And can we also realize that we can sin? We are prone to sin. Sometimes we can sin through our actions, through our speech, through our sight. So sometimes we can sin in many ways, and nobody is perfect, right? Jesus is, but we are not perfect. But can we go to a point where if we have sinned, we can be able to, ask for forgiveness, ask of God to forgive us? And then we see how bold this young man is to say, "Look, I have sinned. Let me go and tell my father. I'm not even worth to be called your son. I'm not even worth anything, but you can take me as one of your hired servants." But yet the father embraces him. This is the love that God shows unto us. Even if we have sinned so much and we think that God is not about to do something with us, God will run after us. But again, look, the party is going on in the house, but the elder brother refused to go in. Look, later in the verses, he says that after all this your son has done, spending money with the prostitutes and spoiled everything, and then you still kill for him this fattened calf, and you have not given me even a skinny goat. You can listen to the resentment within his spirit. Like he's not willing to go in, and he refused to go in the party. But the party went on without him. How many times do we find ourselves in a situation where we're supposed to join the party, but we have kept ourselves away? So the party is going on. And don't look at yourself like you've spoiled so much, you've done so many wrongs that God is not about to do something with you. God runs after the people who have messed up. God will always run after us. He is not a God who lies. His promises are always yes and amen. And he promised that he will set the table for you in front of your enemies. God is not about to put you to shame. Don't look at the mistakes that you've made, the detours that you took, the easy way that you made. But God will still forgive us and is willing to bring us back. Can we realize, let's come back to the Father, let's go back to our home, and that is our Jesus, our God, that we will not miss out on the party, because the party is going on. Whether we go in or we are not, the party is going on. So avoid the negativity, avoid the resentment. Sometimes other people are waiting on us to tell them we love you, we care about you, you can do it, you are beautiful, you are handsome, you are just a special human being. God created you specially for this season. God has made this season especially for you, that you will not be able to run away from his presence, but rather dwell in his peace, dwell in his house. Because in our Father's house there are so many windows, there are so many opportunities, but sometimes we fail to get them because we are not asking enough. So God is asking us to ask of him so that he can bless us, so that he can walk with us. Sometimes we are not even asking for forgiveness for forgiveness from one another. We have made a mistake. Let's ask for forgiveness. Let's realize that we are on the wrong. Let us humble ourselves, and God will lift up the humble. May God help us to be able to be alive and well to the fact that we can be somebody's help. Somebody will start to look at themselves in a positive way, because we have desired to go out of our way to be inconvenienced to bless a soul. Sometimes I would rather wish that prostitute can be in charge than a nightclub somewhere, because that is how they can begin the healing again. I would rather that thief can be in charge, because that is the way they can begin the healing again. May God help us to encourage one another, that we will spread the message of hope rather than belittling people and ridiculing them and bringing people down. Let's spread the love. Amen.